You know what is fun at a party? Goats and Goblins. That is also the name of a game being crowdfunded by BA Games. There is a link down below to the campaign if you are interested. If you want to know more, stick around after break and I will give you more information, such as a brief how to play and then who I think might enjoy backing this one. So, to set up a game of Goats and Goblins, you are going to be separating the exploration cards, the cave-in cards. You're going to be giving each player a voting card that has in and out on it, a seeing stone, and a push 2. You are then going to determine the first player. They are going to then get the cave leader card. Cave leader card is then going to be shuffling up the exploration cards and the cave-in cards, and then they are going to be randomly taking out 6 cards from each deck. They are then going to shuffle these cards up and remove the cards from there. The number in this deck and the number removed is based on player count. It is 6 cards for a 2 to 4 player, 5 cards for a 5 player, and 4 cards for a 6 player. So once you shuffle it up, you are going to remove the designated number of cards. You are then going to combine those cards with all of the remainder cards, and you are then going to shuffle them up to create the main face-down deck. So once that deck is complete, you are ready to begin. Goats and Goblins is going to have players taking turns as cave leader going around the table until the deck runs out or there's only 1 or 2 cards left in it. At the beginning of a player's turn as the cave leader, they are going to declare how many cards they are going to flip over. They need to flip over a minimum of 3, but they can say however many cards they want. So I might say I'm going to flip over 6. Then everyone is going to secretly look at their card and choose if they want to be in or out. As a cave leader, you're always in. So setting it up like this, we'll say this player is chosen to be out, this player is chosen to be in. I am going to then reveal 6 cards from here unless I unveil 3 cave-ins. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I only had a 2 cave-in. There are cave-ins of numbers 1, 2, and 3. So you add up the numbers, and if it's 3 or more, you have experienced a cave-in. But I do not have a cave-in. So what is going to happen now is I am going to set the cave-in aside. I am going to then distribute these cards amongst all the players that were in. So I was in, this player was in. So I have 5 cards that I need to put off to the different people. If there is an odd number, then I get to choose who gets the most cards. So I will say I'm going to go like this. I'm going to give them those 2. These cards are then added to my tableau face up. Alternatively, so say I said 6 and they have both decided that they want to go out. I would then unveil my 6 cards, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have 3, so now I have a cave-in. So now these 2 are going to get set aside. I am then going to take the remaining cards. I am going to shuffle them face down. And I am then going to distribute them evenly amongst the other players. Again, if there is an odd number, I would then give who I wanted that extra card. They would then grab these cards, adding them face up to their tableau. Now, as you can see, there are a variety of cards in the deck because as someone is flipping over the cards, players can play cards as it's going on. I'm not going to go through all the cards, but here's an example of the seeing stone is look at the next card, leave on top, or remove from the game. So again, let's say I say 4. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. If I'm worried about what that card is, I'll play my seeing stone. Now, I will resolve that if possible, unless someone decides to play another card. So like this person could play the warding stone, which would cancel that effect. So this would cancel this effect, and it wouldn't happen. But if I did the seeing stone, I'd look at the top card. You know what? I don't want that one. Let's go ahead and discard from the game, and then flipping over the next one. So there is a variety of cards, such as this push 2 would force me to have to flip over 2 more cards. So again, as the cards are getting played, you are going to resolve the newest to the oldest. So if while resolving one, someone plays something else, you're then just going to keep resolving newest to oldest until all the cards are resolved. If a card is played, whether it can be resolved or not, it will be discarded. Even if, so say I did my seeing stone and someone did push 2 and I flipped over the cave-in to cause a cave-in, I would not be able to use my seeing stone, but it would still get discarded from the game. So again, you're going to go until the deck runs out, or there's only 2 or less cards in the deck because you couldn't be able to draw 3. So that will end the game. All players are then going to add up coins in their tableau area. So this is the coin symbol. So this one is just going to be worth 4 coins. Your pushes, your scene stones, and the various other special cards are each worth 1 coin, as denoted here on the top. Your goats and goblins are typically worth 2. However, if you have an even number of goblins, they're worth 3. If you have an odd number of goats, they're worth 3. Whoever has the most gold is the winner. In case of a tie player with the most goats wins, and that's still tied. Most goblins, still tied, least number of cards, and then all top players share the victory. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and tell you who I think might want to back this. So there you have it. That is how you play Goats and Goblins. A fairly quick, plain, push your luck type of game where you have to choose if you're in or out. So why might you want to be in on this game? Well, this game has that level of being as chaotic as your group wants to be. There is all the push cards. There is the flipping of votes cards. So it could be one of those ones where, you're getting near the end, all of a sudden, nope, I flip your vote because I want all of these cards. So, or, then they can always counter it. So there is just that whole level there of, how crazy is your group going to get? How backstabby are they wanting to be? Or how nice are they going to want to be? Of, you know what, hey, we're doing pretty good. Why don't we go ahead and draw 2 more cards so we can get some more stuff? Let's go ahead and draw 2 more cards. But then you're going to want to use those envisioning eyes to look at the next card and so forth. So it's got some push your luck, but then it's got that strategic elements there of, when are you going to use these power cards? Do you want to use them? Trying to do the whole mathing it out. Like, oh, that person, if I give them this goblin, now they're going to decrease their total, etc. So there is still like that decision space as opposed to just pushing your luck and hoping whatever comes there. Is that cave leader, how are they going to distribute those cards? Sometimes it might be better to take something low cost so you have that backup of that thing that can counter the stuff. Or there's the one, was it McGruff the Goat, where he can just destroy a cave-in. He's only 1 coin, but that's a pretty powerful ability. So yeah, I'll give you those 5 coins, but I can now destroy a cave-in when it comes. So I will say we played this at 2 different player counts. We played this at our typical 2-player, and then we did play it at 3-player to really get that multiplayer experience. The 2-player one felt a little bit more kind of like a tug of war back and forth of, all right, well, I know I'm going to have to either split these all with you or split none of these with you. So that flipping the vote becomes a little bit more powerful in that 2-player game if you have it, because as you're seeing, if it's getting to be close, go ahead and flip them to either stop them from getting stuff or to help or to give yourself all the stuff, etc. I mean, obviously you can't flip the cave leader, so that's not helpful. But if that person decided to go in and you're flipping over all these good cards, then maybe you can flip theirs over. So it's like a whole different strategic level of game there because it is just one-on-one. So just trying to figure out, how you want to manipulate the in and out votes. When are you going to go in with them as opposed to out? And then when you go out, maybe really trying to push them to have them bust so you can get all those cards. Because it's almost like not necessarily an all or nothing, because if you're both in, then you do split it. But there is, like I said, that whole different mentality going in of, if you're in and you're the only one in, you're getting everything. You're not having to split it at all. So it kind of increases the powerfulness of being in or being out in that regards. But then once you start getting into those 3, 4, 5-player games, you do start adding that whole chaotic element of now multiple people are in or multiple people are out. So now you have, this whole group of these people that might be going against you people who are in because they want to get all the cards. So now you're going to be having this whole fighting and all that back and forth of countering cards and playing cards and getting stuff going and going all that. And it can just become this whole chaotic element of fun with a larger group of people. So then if we look at who might be interested in backing this, if you have that group who likes to have those kind of party games with a little bit touch of strategic element and decision space in it, this is going to be good for you because, there's that whole, well, how many cards? How far do I want to press my luck? A lot of times it's flipping over and then choosing if you want to keep going or not. This one is like you're deciding at the beginning, we're going to go 6 cards in. We're going to go 8 cards in. We're going to go only 4 cards in. So being able to set that number. So there is that strategic element there of the game. If you're 2 players and you're looking for kind of like this weird tense decision space of where almost like an all or nothing, or trying to really manipulate the deck and manipulate the votes, then this is going to be one for you. I will say, the creator did tell us this does shine at higher player counts. So this is one that for us at 2-player, it was okay and we did enjoy it. But once we did add that 3rd player, the enjoyment level of it definitely does increase. And as you just get more and more players, it's going to increase more and more. So that brings me to the next one of people who might want to back this is if you have that larger group who do want to have that like beginning of the night game that's going to just drive the energy into the group, just kind of, fighting over these cards and the goblins and the goats and doing the shepherd's hooks and doing all these crazy elements like that. So that is another group that might want this. If you are a family and looking for that fun game that you want to introduce to the next family game night, then this is definitely going to be one for you, because the rules are straightforward. Say your number, flip over that many cards. The biggest complication that comes into this game is basically as the various cards are getting played, but even that, it just simply says newest card, oldest card. And then everyone just keeps playing, just keep going with the newest card. So that is who I think might be interested in this one. If you are one of those people that might be interested in this, as I said, the link is down below to check out that campaign. When you are down there, you can go ahead and hit like, subscribe, comment, share, ring that bell. Let me know your favorite goblin. In addition, while you're down there, you can go ahead and join the channel, and that would be appreciated as well. Alrighty, so until next time, are you Team Goat or Team Goblin?